that. Y'all know the drill. It happens every time I go live. So, my apologies. Divine Cancerian, I'm going to give you a minute to hop in because I want to make sure that you are here for this reading. I'm going to give you a minute to hop in because we want to see what's the energy. What's the energy? Okay, great. Great. Let's see. So let's see what's going on between the Leo and the X. If there's anything going on. All right, Spirit Universe, what messages do you have for Divine Cancerian? Hey, M. If you're new to the channel or you're just hopping into the live stream, please don't forget to give the live stream a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. And please hit the notification bell. Please and thank you. I am lighting Palo Santo, guys. So that's what all that was about. And my sage. I feel like it's enough. I know this bundle is huge, but it works. Okay, we will, M. Thank you. I told you you're one of my best multitaskers. It's that mom energy. Okay, so let's see what's going on, Spirit. What is the energy between the Leo and his ex? Or Divine Cancerian? What's the energy? Moms can do everything, I swear. Overthinker and conceited. Ooh. You're overthinking the situation. She does. I feel like whoever the ex is, she probably feels like she's better than you. That's the energy I'm feeling, probably to do with the ex. Wonderment. You're wondering if there's anything going on. Let's see. What's the energy surrounding this situation? Family. Okay. Do they have a child together? By any chance? Wonderment. Overthinker. He could be overthinking too. He could be. They do. Okay. That's probably why in the back of your mind, you kind of wonder. Dominance. Is she kind of I mean, do you know her? Like, it's a little bit about her. Because she could be a little bit controlling and manipulative. I have dominance here. Let's see. Okay, gotcha. Evolve. I feel like she tried to control him. Okay. I feel like she tried to control him is the energy that I'm getting. Sadness. There's actually a lot of sadness between the two of them. So I don't feel like they are together. I feel like he had to learn certain lessons dealing with her. I literally feel like, and y'all know I don't like to use the term a lot, but I feel like she could have been a karmic for him, like a karmic lesson in this lifetime. And there's a lot of heartache and grief, because I did have heartache. I didn't pull the card, but it came out. Yeah, wounded. There's a lot of hurt here between him and her. So I don't foresee anything I don't foresee anything going on between them, and I don't pick that up at all. I don't pick it up at all. As a matter of fact, look, I have sadness. I feel like he is hurt by the situation. I feel like their child is hurt by the situation because, you know, it's like visitation. You know, he has to see the child maybe on certain days of the week or however that goes, or whatever their arrangements are for co-parenting. So it affects everybody. There's a lot of hurt there. We have wounded. She may have been hurt because he may have lied. He may have told her certain things, been in his ego. And that's the thing, you know, when you're dealing with someone who has other attachments, it's like we can't judge the other person because we really don't know the whole story. Only thing we know is what our person tells us about the other person. And you can't always take everything that they say as valid either, because sometimes people only want you to see them in a good light. So even though, yes, this other person could be complete hell on wheels, they may have fueled the fire. They may have instigated. They may have said some things, done some things, been spiteful, whatever the case may be in those situations. So just keep that in mind. Great. That's a great attitude to have towards her. But it looks like, honestly, from what I'm seeing, I don't feel that there's anything going on between them. I don't feel it. I feel like if anything, it was a lesson for the both of them, the connection they had. Like I said, there's a lot of grief there. Exactly. See, you understand what I'm saying. Because like I explain a lot here on my channel, I don't do a lot of the whole karmic divine masculine readings like that because it's too much drama for me, but two, I'm not here to attack another woman, you know, like I don't know, like you said, I don't know this other woman, so tapping into her energy, she could be just as unsuspecting as divine feminine, because if the divine masculine is lying about things, hiding things, if he did it to her, I'm pretty sure he's doing it to you. We have opposites attract. Yeah, they're like day and night, and I feel like it's like an energy of incompatibility. Is that the right word? Yeah, they're not compatible. Incompatible. I think that's how you say that. But it's like, yeah, they both had some growing up to do, like maturing in that relationship, and they have a child, and I feel like because of the child now, I feel like they are seeing things from a different perspective, you know, because time tells things and heals things. So now they look back on that relationship like, I can't believe we thought that was gonna work. But I feel like more just more hurt feelings between the two of them. Like I don't feel love here. I don't even feel empathy here. Like feeling bad for the other party. Like, you know, I wish them the best. Yeah, loner. Reconciliation. This might be it. I feel like reconciliation might be it. Let me explain that. We have loner. So I feel like she is not she deals with him on a very minimal basis, but reconciliation is like thanks spirit, karmic lover. Clarify that. But I feel like she wants to make peace for the sake of the child. Like she wants to, you know, to try to work things out, not like get back together, work things out, not like that, but just co-parent peacefully, if that makes sense. Like try to be cordial towards one another for the sake of their child, because you just don't want, as a parent, you don't want your child to see you and their father, you know, so you try to be as cordial and respectful as possible. That's what I feel with reconciliation. You also don't want to push that child's other parent away, because he may not be willing to do things for his child if he feels that he's going to be under attack every time he deals with you. So I feel like she's really starting to mature in a sense of, okay, even though things didn't work out between us, I have to put my feelings aside Yeah, I have to put my feelings aside for the sake of his father and say, you know what? I'm going to do this in the most peaceful way as possible so that we can all just get along and move on. Because, you know, like your life goes on. Even if she gets with somebody else or whatever the case may be, that has nothing to do with him. That's her business. But they only have a child together. So that's the only concern that I feel like she has right now. It's like trying to make peace in that sense. I'm going to ask this question also as a yes or no question. As a yes or no question and see what we get. Let's see, Spirit. Is there anything going on between the Leo and his ex? Are they still romantically connected? I feel like they probably got together when they were very young and not really mature enough to handle a relationship. And then a child was born, you know, in the midst of all of that. So Page of Swords. Yes, they are still connected, but not in a romantic way. It's not a romantic way. Clarify the Three of Cups. It's for the sake of the child. It's for the sake of the child. Yeah, because that's the connection that they will forever have. That's a bond that they will forever have because of the child that they created together. But outside of that, I don't see this. I don't see there being still being a connection. Now, as always, Divine Cancerian, always trust your gut. And sometimes, if you feel something, say something. And just choose how you say it, but, you know, use your discretion. But from what I'm picking up, there's not anything going on between them outside of the, you know, normal, okay, parent-child type thing going on. There's nothing unusual going on. So, Spirit, what's the advice? What's the advice? Advice, warning. Say advice. Yep. Growth. Trials and tribulations will make you stronger. This is gonna I totally understand growth, but this is going to this connection with his ex because of the child is gonna help your bond grow stronger. Because it's gonna be a lesson for everyone, for your son, for his child, for you, for him. He's gonna have to learn, because the man is always the common denominator. How those types of situations play out between an ex with a child and his new girlfriend or person, whoever he's dealing with, it all has to do with how the man chooses to handle that situation. If he handles the situation in a very mature, adult-like manner and co-parent with his ex properly, there should not be any problem. She doesn't even have to ever know about you if he doesn't say anything about you, and vice versa. You may never have to see each other. If he deals with it, you know what I mean? Like, if he deals with it in the most mature way, like he goes to pick up his child, or he deals with her if there's something that he wants to drop off for the child, or whatever the case is, you know, like, you don't have to be involved, because honestly, it's not your situation. Now, if things change, and let's just say you guys move in together, that's a different story. His child may become over because your families merge. You then become a one unit, family unit. But even then, it can be arranged in a sense to where he goes to pick up his child, right? Or she only comes when he's there to drop the child. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, people have to work out their situation, the dynamics of their situation, with common sense and maturity as an adult. But I feel like the situation is definitely going to allow some growth to happen on his part. Heaven sent. Dreams come true when I met you. Yeah, he's still very much in love with you. I feel like his situation is causing for him to go through some things. But he feels like you are heaven sent. Overflow, yeah. Happy in love. Joyous and content, yeah. What else do I got? Nailed wings. Done with the connection, too much pain. Yeah, there was a lot of pain in his past connection, so I don't feel like there's anything left between them. Honestly, I don't. Outside of the child. Look, we got lessons. We have lessons. So this was definitely like a karmic cycle for him. This was definitely like a lesson, this relationship, an experience for him of, you know, learning what he wants and what he doesn't want and how he should handle himself in a relationship. Ooh. So I hope that clears that up. I'm not getting any type of like still connected type of vibes. Whoops. You're most welcome. Yeah. But like I said, if you feel something, say something like you know, like if you've seen an interaction or you feel like his behavior is a little suspect, you know, just call him out on it, because men have to be called out. If you don't call them out, they'll continue on with the shady shit and then think, oh, well, she ain't say nothing. I'm only picking up my phone, like looking at messages like this when we're supposed to be having a conversation. No, sir, what is that about? At 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, like, you know, like if you see something shady, definitely nip it in the bud right then and there. Because that way, when you address things up front as soon as they happen, instead of allowing just time to pass by, you're not harboring any type of negative emotions or energy towards that person. Because when you bottle things up, you explode and you lash out. And that's what you want to avoid at all costs. You want to try to keep a healthy connection, a loving connection. And you also want your person to be able to come to you, you know, if there is something going on. So the thing that people fail to realize is that if you're always overly aggressive when you get upset or you don't like something, the other party is not going to feel comfortable or safe coming to you, even if they make a mistake. It's just like a child and a parent. If the parent is always lashing out at the child whenever the child does something wrong, instead of lovingly guiding the child and redirecting that child in the right way, if the child makes a mistake or does something wrong, the child's not going to say, oh, mommy, I knocked that over, I spilled this. They're not going to tell you what they've done wrong because they're afraid of the reaction, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So, you know, as soon as you see it, call it out. Soon as you see it, call it out, because if you don't, it'll continue to go on, and you'll harbor those negative feelings inside, and that's not fair to you. It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to him. But overall, I don't feel anything going on. You could just be overthinking a little bit, but it's gonna be okay. All right, y'all. Was there anybody else who was wanting to hop in for a reading? Did I miss y'all? Trust me, I know how y'all Cancers are. I know how the Cancer family rolls. Trust me. I got lots of Cancers. Lots of Cancers. I know. Yeah, Cancer gets very quiet, but Cancers, woo, child. When Cancer is worked up about something, It's out of control. I'm like, whoa, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. So that's why I say you have to see, and that's a part of shadow work too. That's a part of inner work and inner healing. Like, you know what triggers you, you know what gets you upset, work on it. Say, you know what, instead of me lashing out and getting upset or just shutting down, because shutting down is not the most healthiest way to deal with it either. You have to communicate and you have to talk when you're in a relationship about what is the problem. What is the problem and how do we move forward? How do we progress in this relationship from here? Because the relationship can't grow if you don't talk to your partner about what's bothering you, what he said, what he did, his behavior, whatever the case may be. But if you just shut down because you feel some type of way instead of actually verbalizing, this is how I feel when you do this. This action makes me feel like A, B, and C. Then it's going to drive you two apart. It's going to cause, a drift in the connection. That's the thing. You have to, rule number one, in a healthy connection, you have got to have consistent communication. Even if you are upset, you have to have consistent communication. Like, listen, when you said that to me the other day, it pissed me off. Gotta let them know. Point blank, period. When you did this to me, this is not gonna work. Hey, Valerie. Point blank, period. Especially with men, because women tend to tiptoe around men's feelings. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Say what needs to be said. Because if you don't, then you'll regret it later because you're now harboring resentment, bitterness, or whatever the case may be. That he was deflecting, Denise. That's not your problem, and then he's not even boyfriend material at this point, because if he's trying to flip the script because you consistently communicated what hurt you and what bothered you, if he was a great boyfriend, he would have said, you know what, Denise, I'm sorry, love, I did not mean to say that like that, and I won't say it like that anymore. I won't let that bother. I don't want to, I don't want that to. Yes, I messaged you as well because I have to order it from the manufacturer. Once it gets to me, then I'll send it straight to you. Yes. Exactly, Denise. And this is exactly the point that I always try to stress when it comes to relationships and dating and getting to know people. Everybody that you meet is not going to be the one. They're not. They're just not. Everyone is not compatible. Just like I was explaining with Divine Cancerian. Like, I don't think her person and his ex were compatible, which is why things didn't work out. You know what I mean? Things didn't work out. And that's okay. Like, sometimes it's not that they're a bad person. It's just that you two are not in alignment. You two are not on the same level. You two don't share the same goals. You don't have the same, desires in life. So sometimes you have to just say, you know what, it's been great. It's been fun. I enjoyed the dates. Thank you for a great time. Good night. Goodbye. It's okay. It's okay. That is a life. Every person that you run into is not going to be your best friend. That's just life. Everybody's not going to like me. So I can't expect every time I get onto YouTube or whatever social media platform that everybody's going to be like, oh, I like your post. They might not. They might not. But that was a red flag for you, Denise. Seeing his reaction to you, clearly saying how something that he said or did affected you, and him trying to blame you, to guilt trip you for feeling the way that you felt, and deflecting. He was deflecting, meaning that he was trying to change the subject so he wouldn't have to take accountability for his actions. And when a man does that in the relationship, ASAP. End it ASAP. Because you don't want to be with somebody who's not going to respect how you feel, because your feelings do matter as well. If you consider his feelings, he should damn sure consider yours. It should not be a one-way situation. So keep that in mind. You absolutely deserve something better. Great, Divine Cancerian. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's one thing that I can say that I'm blessed. I've never struggled with speaking my mind. That's never been a problem. But then again, my mom has always been a very vocal person. Well, I take that back. I did struggle with that a little bit. I did struggle with that a little bit growing up, like being a very passive, quiet child. But hey Aisha, welcome back, boo. I struggled with that a little bit, speaking my mind. But once I got to a certain point in my life, I was like, nothing's going to hold me from saying what I'm going to say because nothing can hurt me. Yeah, nobody can. I'm an adult, so I'm gonna say what needs to be said. The people who need to hear what I need to say will hear it, and take it for what it's worth. The people who don't will move on. It's not that serious, you know. Exactly. And the thing is, it's our responsibility if we want to have a healthy connection with someone to clearly communicate what your needs and expectations are. Now, you can't force somebody to meet your expectations, but here's the thing, and this is why we always talk about free will, right? If they decide, hey, that's just like being in the channel, right? We have certain rules for the live streams. If someone decides that they choose, keyword, it's a choice, they choose not to follow the rules, just like in kindergarten, they can go sit in the corner. They can go somewhere else. They can go to another channel. They can go to another woman. They can go somewhere else, but it won't be here because you can't meet the expectations. You can't follow the rules of the relationship, right? Little Sammy can't be quiet in class, so he's going to sit over there in the corner and sit in his chair until he learns to follow the rules. And every time he acts out in class and talks without raising his hand, he's going to go sit in that corner. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? You have to treat men just like that. Like, soon as he does something crazy, every time he does something crazy, it needs to be said. Not like, oh, well, he just forgot. Doesn't matter whether he forgot, whether he's tired, whether he's stressed, whether he has a lot going on. Those are all excuses. If he does something, it needs to be addressed. Because otherwise, let me explain why, because this gets deep, y'all. If you allow certain behaviors, if little Sammy is allowed to keep yelling out in the middle of class during our kindergarten class, right, during reading time, he's going to continue yelling out. If the teacher does not say, Sammy, that's not acceptable, he's going to continue doing it because he thinks, oh, well, she didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. I've done it 2 or 3 times already. It must be fine. Now he's going to get louder. Hey! Now he's just going to get really out of control because you didn't set that boundary to begin with. It's a level of respect. It's a level of respect, and it's a level of boundaries and self-respect that you as a woman should have for yourself. To say, you know what, I'm worth more than this type of behavior. If I have to keep saying that I don't like something, that means red flag, ding, 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 ding. That means he does not love me the way that he says he does or respect me the way that he says he does. Once you realize those 2 things are not present, what are you going to do from there? Are you going to continue your relationship? Are you going to settle? Are you going to keep tolerating it until you just get pissed the hell off and go off? Like, what are you going to do? Because ultimately, the choice is yours to continue putting up with whatever it is that you don't like. That's where the relationships fail, because we tolerate things instead of calling out things and holding people accountable for their actions. If I do something that is less than acceptable in my relationship, it is my responsibility to address that with my person and ask his forgiveness and say, you know what, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to react that way or respond that way, to make things better between us because I want to have a healthy connection. Choices in communication, but he has to communicate and say, hey, don't say that to me like that. I don't like it when you talk to me like that, or I don't like it when you do this particular thing, you know? Hey, Dracana love. How are you, love? But communication is definitely one of the top 4 things for a healthy connection. You have to have consistent communication. I'm going to emphasize consistent, because we're not mind readers. If someone ghosts you or they go missing for a long period of time, 1, it's disrespectful to the relationship, but 2, it says this person has a piss poor method of communication. They don't know how to properly communicate their emotions, what's going on, explain things, or they don't want to. Because sometimes it's not that they don't know how, sometimes it's that they just don't want to. They're capable, they're fully capable, they just don't want to. So when you figure that out, then it's time for you to decide, okay, do I want to continue on with this? Do I want to continue on with this? Am I going to keep tolerating the disrespect? You know? So definitely start, Divine Cancerian, start opening up to your person and letting him know, you know, how you feel about certain things that are being said or done that you just don't like. It's some stuff you just don't like it. It makes you feel uncomfortable, and it has to be laid out all on the table. It has to be laid out on a table. Because if you don't, like I said, you'll harbor resentment and bitterness and all of that, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So, I hope that helped. To everybody that's just hopping in, you guys. And to everybody that's hopping in, please make sure you thumbs up the video. Please subscribe if you are new. Also, please hop over to my website, check it out. I have new readings on the website, so I redone a little website thing or whatever. So you can go over there, check that out. Make sure you subscribe, because I will be sending out coupons hopefully tonight. If not, tomorrow morning. I'll be up because Rico's up. He's always up before I'm up. But yeah, don't ever feel bad for saying what you need to say. I hear that a lot in readings, in relationship readings. I hear a lot of women like, oh, well, I didn't want to say that to him because I was afraid that he might get upset. Oh, he's great. He's great, Dracana. Bad as ever. Bad as ever. He's the one that chewed one of my oracle cards the other day, because he hops up here and thinks he owns the table. He's gonna get saged is what's gonna happen. He's gonna get saged one of these days, because I've told him about being on this table. Yeah, he's chilling out now. He's over there laying down, but I'm like, Rico, we need a better plan. But he's good. He's good. Yep. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. I'm so proud of you guys. I am. I'm so proud of y'all, because I feel like most of the Divine Feminines that come in and watch my channel have a higher understanding of how to deal with their situations, because everybody's situation is different. But also acknowledging, you know, your own faults as well. I know it. Y'all Cancers, just like Scorpio, y'all be so like in the feels. But that's the thing, you know, it's love though. It's all love, because Cancers do love hard. Much like Scorpio, you guys love hard. So you don't want to be hurt, because your intention really is pure. Your intention really is to give genuine love, and you want to receive that in return. You know, but the thing is, with relationships, hear me out. Make sure that the person you're dealing with agrees to those terms. It's almost like being in a contract. It's almost like being in a contract. Like, okay, this person is going to agree to reciprocate, you know, the energy that you give. And you see it through actions, because men are action oriented. Men are not as verbal as we are, but their actions speak louder than their words. So if you're not seeing, okay, I pay for the date this time. He's oh, okay, so now he's paying for it. Okay. Or I planned the trip last time. Now he wants to plan the trip. Like, if they're not willing to agree to that, to those stipulations, do not hesitate. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. It's time to get the hell out of Dodge, because you're going to be miserable. You're wasting your time, and you're going to just find yourself in a bad situation. It's going to be messy, and we don't do messy over here. We ain't got time for it. So, yeah. Make sure you're on the same page, basically, with the person that you're dealing with. Because everybody is not, like I said, everybody is not going to be the person, the one. Everybody is not compatible with you. So you want to make sure that your needs are being met just as much as their needs are being met. And if it's not giving what it's supposed to give, leave it alone. But that's great. I'm proud of you for realizing that, Divine Cancerian, because it takes a lot of humility to realize, you know what, I do need to be better about how I handle my emotions in situations, especially when I'm like really, really emotional, you know, and when my feelings are really sensitive. Like, I need to be aware of how I'm coming across. And sometimes you may not want to say things in the heat of the moment, especially if you know you're an overly sensitive person. You may want to give yourself a couple hours to calm down before you address it, so that you can come to the situation and approach it from a level-headed perspective and a rational perspective. You're not just going by emotion. Emotion is necessary, but too much emotion waters down your logic. It waters down your logic. Because the person's going to look at you like a wilding out fool. Like, why is she acting a fool over here? Well, because you keep showing up late at night. You keep getting random phone calls. I'm seeing females' names in your phone. So I'm thinking you're in a whole nother relationship. It could be somebody at work, a supervisor, anything. Right, and that's the thing. That's the thing, Divine Cancerian. Having to unlearn unhealthy behavior is so important. I actually seen this yesterday. This post from I've Been That Girl Too. She always has wonderful posts. If you don't follow her on Instagram, follow her on Instagram, because I'm telling y'all, her posts are so great. She posted on there, it was a little TikTok video of this woman, and she said, yes, I said it. Heal before you date. And that was her message. And that was so, like, it was just so profound. It was like, I've been saying this for I feel like forever. Heal before you date. Heal before you get into connections with people. Deal with your traumas. Deal with your situations. Deal with your wounding before you deal with other people. Because what happens is that saying, hurt people, is true. It's true. Hurt people because they don't know how to love you, because they don't know how to love themselves. They've been hurt. They've been lied to. They've been cheated on. They've been abused. So they carry all of that negative energy towards them, the resentment, the bitterness, the hatred, the anger. And then they get into a connection with you. And you're like, where's this coming from? I thought this person was... Yeah, because they didn't want you to see that side of themselves. They didn't want you to see their lack of maturity. They didn't want you to see their lack of stability. They didn't want you to see that. Because guess what? They carry baggage from the last relationship. They carry that baggage. So then they project that onto you, into the relationship with you. So now it's like you're having to suffer for what someone else or other people, plural, have done to them. Because they didn't take the time to heal. And that's why I always say, if you've recently broken up with someone, you recently disconnected, cut someone off, stay gone and stay alone. Stay alone for a good 6 months before you start dating. Because 6 months will give you time to figure out why you attract certain people. Because after a period of time, you've got to ask yourself why I keep attracting, low vibrational people into your energy. Hey, Zuri. I think I have one more spot left on my free list. But the thing is, healing before you get into connections with other people, because you carry those problems, those energies on over to someone else. So you end up getting the short, you end up getting the short end of the stick, because this person has not done their inner work. This person does not know how to communicate. This person is selfish. This person is disrespectful, because that's what they're used to doing. Whether that's from childhood or whether that's from past connections. Either way, the person has not done the work that needs to be done to be in a relationship. Shouldn't be dating nobody. Should be alone. Sure, Zuri. Make sure you make sure you give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new, love. Please and thank you. But yeah, it's like you should not be dating people right after a breakup, because 9 times out of 10, it ends up being a rebound relationship. And rebound relationships are just shot to shit from the beginning, because all you're doing is looking for someone else to fill a void. If you just got out of a relationship, why the hell are you trying to get right back in one? Because you're refusing to heal. You're refusing to acknowledge that you've been hurt. You're refusing to acknowledge that, okay, things didn't work out. We weren't compatible. What do I need to pay attention to going forward? You didn't take the time to really love yourself and allow yourself to grieve the loss of that relationship before you hop right back into something with somebody else. So that's why healing before relationships is critical. It's critical, because then otherwise the other people have to deal with it. Exactly, Drakena. Codependency. You have got to have somebody in your life. A lot of people running around here, and I'm going to say what I'm going to say, period. A lot of people are running around here thinking they're in love with someone, and they're really actually just attached to the person. They're not in love with the person. They're in love with the idea of having someone. They're in love with the idea of having a relationship, but they really don't know how to have a healthy relationship. So that's a problem. That's a red flag. They've just got to have a body. They've got to be with somebody. Well, I've got to have somebody to call my person. I've got to have somebody to call my man. Like, it's okay to be single. It is okay to be single. It is okay to be alone. It is okay not to be married. It is okay not to have children. It is okay to just be you. Me, myself, and I. It's okay. Now, when the universe brings in that person, that person that is the right person for you, the person that is going to treat you with the love and respect that you deserve, then great. By all means, indulge, engage, entertain, right? Be happy, eat, drink, and be merry. But until that comes, work on self first. Because until you work on self, you cannot have a healthy connection. You think so, Denise? Just like you'd be a great therapist. I don't know. I question it. I question it, Denise, because, dealing with people and being in people's, energy is like, it's a lot sometimes. I was just telling somebody this yesterday, like, sometimes after readings, I feel so drained, because tapping into other people's energies and trying to feel what is going on in that situation. And the energy of Earth, the vibration is very low and it's very heavy. And some people carry heavy energy, like their situations, the drama, it's heavy energy. So that would be a lot as a therapist. I'd have sage in my office. I would have sage. I would have Palo Santo. I would have Florida water. I'd have everything in there. They'd be like, is this a witch or is this a therapist's office? I was like, listen, all unwelcome entities and spirit, y'all get out. Because people carry things around with them. They do. And I'm just like, whew. Yes. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I can only give the advice from the experience. And that's the thing about life. And that's why I stress so much living your life. Like, not waiting around for someone, not constantly giving people 2, 3, 4, 5. No. I'm not going to give you 20 chances to screw up. I'm just not going to do it. There's somebody else that's willing to get it right the first time. Why would I waste time giving you 50 other chances? You've shown me who you are. Okay? And this is the thing. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. They're not going to change tomorrow. They're not going to change tonight. They're not going to change in 2 hours. If the person was, I'm going to be a little bit extreme. If this person is, let's say they're a sex offender. Do you think that sex offender is going to change from being a sex offender tomorrow? That's their pattern. They prey on small children. Do you think they're going to change because overnight, all of a sudden, because they went somewhere and they were told, well, this is unhealthy, you shouldn't behave this way. They've been this way for 15, 20 years. Patterns don't lie. Patterns always are consistent. They're consistent. If every day I go to the coffee shop, exactly, Aisha, which is the definition of insanity. Doing the same shit over and over and over again and expecting something different. You keep allowing somebody to give you the same bullshit ass excuses over and over again, you're going to keep getting the same bullshit ass results over and over and over again. If every day I go to get coffee at the same place, the same time, from the same person every single day, you can almost bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow I'm going to do the same thing, because that is my pattern. That is what I do. It's a pattern, right? And people don't pay attention to patterns. They look at someone's potential like, oh, well, this is a really great person. And, he means well. Okay, what he's meaning and what he's doing, what he has a pattern of doing, are two different things. Pay attention to what they're showing you, not what they're saying to you out of their mouth. Because let's be honest, ladies, men say a lot of shit that don't mean anything, that goes nowhere. So when you pay attention to patterns and you pay attention to actions, you can probably more than likely bet on it. Bet on it. This is what's going to happen. This is how, and this is also part of trusting your own intuition too. You feel something, say something. You already know how this person is going to react because he has a pattern of reacting this way. You tell him, it really hurt me the other day when you said this and such about my friend. That really made me feel, like I felt bad, like you don't really like her and there's really no reason. Oh, you're just being oversensitive. That's one scenario. So then let's say you guys are in the car, whatever, you go and get something to eat. I don't eat this shit. Throws it out the window. Why didn't you just throw it out? Why didn't you just tell me that you wanted something different? I don't like it. The pattern of behavior with this individual that I'm describing is someone who's disrespectful. They're just disrespectful and a little bit selfish. I'll get into that later, because you cannot have selfishness in a relationship. Think about those of you who are mothers who watch my channel. If you're a mother in any capacity, okay? Rico's my child for just sake of argument. Your relationship with your children, right? You cannot be selfish as a mother, because mothers give the ultimate sacrifice. Giving birth to someone can kill you. It is always a risk during childbirth. So that in and of itself is a huge act of service. You cannot be selfish as a mother. So let's hop into a relationship. In a relationship, you have to have give and take. You have to have compromise. If any one person is selfish in that connection, it is not going to, not that you won't be together, it's going to be hell. It's going to be hell, because one person feels more entitled to the other person's time, energy, resources, money, whatever it is, because all they care about is their world, what's going on with them. They don't want to talk about it, so they won't. You won't hear from them. They don't want to deal with it, they won't. So they're going to deny the whole situation. They don't want to, they don't like that you're doing something, they won't comment on it. They won't speak on it, so you don't know how they feel. Do you see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going with this? So that's why you have to test the spirit. Like I said before, Test the spirit and call people out on their shit right away. Don't let it slide. Don't let it be 2 weeks from now, because then you'll forget what it was, what the problem was, and he'll be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, remember when we were sitting down in that restaurant and you had chicken and I had soup, and then you said this and I said that, and he's like, what? What are you talking about? So you have to do it when it happens. If you're not a highly emotional person, if you can have a conversation rationally with your person without getting your emotions all worked up, and be like, hey, do you remember when this happened the other day? Because I felt like you were trying to say something to me and I don't really know what you meant. It could just be me. But I wanted to point it out to you because it made me feel some type of way at that time. Like, it bothered me. It bothered me that you said this particular thing when I was really just trying to help you. And then see the reaction. If the person deflects, if they try to guilt trip you and make you feel like you're crazy, wrong person. Wrong person. Don't keep giving 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chances. Because, like I said, the pattern is the same. Okay? The pattern of lying, the pattern of disrespect, the pattern of self-sabotage, the pattern of selfishness. Patterns are the same. It's the same. I think I had somebody, y'all, who else was on my... Was there somebody who wanted to drop a question that I just missed? Zuri, was there anybody else who wanted a reading that I just missed? Because I'm doing 3. I'm doing 3. 3 free readings. And I don't know if anybody said that they wanted one. Okay, so Zuri. Was there anybody else? But you're absolutely right, Aisha. The definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. It just won't work. It won't work. And that's why, this is funny, that's why when some people are like, yes, go ahead, Zuri. Some people are like, well, I don't know why I keep going through the same lesson in relationships. Is because you didn't learn it the first time. So Spirit's like, we are going to kick your ass until you get this lesson learned in this lifetime, or you just might die learning this lesson. Because we're trying to get you to see something here that you need to see. I remember I went through the same thing 3 times. 3 times. I said, that's it. That is it. I've had enough. I have had enough. And I was like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing it. That's exactly how he feels, Zuri. That's exactly how he feels. He is not lying to you. He is not lying to you. Right. So it's best right now to pick up your feelings and walk away. Walk away from him ASAP. Today. Walk away from him. Delete him, block him, unfriend him, unfollow him. Immediately. Because he meant what he said. He meant what he said. And this is why, ladies, I say test the spirit. Test the spirit. Did he end up ignoring your messages too? Did he ignore you sometimes when you would try to call or reach out or text? Would he ignore you and then just kind of randomly reply? Eight of Cups. That's how he's feeling. He's done with this. Prior to that conversation, efforts. He's seeing other people. 3 of Pentacles. Third party situation. He's seeing other people. He wanted to clear the air with you, though. That's why he called or told you what he told you. But he feels like he's moving in a different direction. Two of Wands. He's focused on himself and what he's got going on. Justice. Yeah, this is just his energy. This also was a karmic relationship. Two of Swords. Yeah. Two of Swords. He's done with it. He's done with it. I mean, if you hear from him, great. But I wouldn't care at this point. I mean, if someone told me that Zuri is one of the most disrespectful things that someone could tell you, even though it's bluntly honest, I can appreciate the honesty, but it doesn't take away the lack of respect. And the fact that he had the audacity to tell you that just, I can't even imagine. Like, I can't even imagine. He had the nerve. He had the audacity. Like, sir, who do you think you are? But he meant what he said, though. He meant it. I kid you not. Knight of Wands. I'm going to say this as nicely as I can. He's fucking around. Knight of Wands. Please be careful. Please be careful. Please do not take him back. Don't do it. Don't take him back. Because I have a feeling that when you're healed, and Spirit's advice is for you to heal and have hope that you can heal and that you can move forward in a better, you have so many other blessings waiting for you on the other side of this connection, that he's a waste of space. He's a waste of time. He's a waste of energy. And if you deal with him, because like I told you, I'm seeing third party, he's dealing with other women. He's having sex with other people. So he's putting you at risk. So if you take him back, you can put yourself at risk. Be careful. Be careful with it. But he absolutely meant what he said. He was not serious. He was not ready for a relationship. At least he was honest. At least he was honest about it. But you deserve better. Just know that. My player card came up. And anytime the player card comes up, we know what that's about. It's my genuine card. Okay, y'all. Let's see, Spirit. What advices do you have for Zuri? Hazy. That's the message from Spirit for you. Even though the pathway forward is unclear, I will continue to rely on my higher self to lead the way. Know that you're being divinely guided to move away from that situation because it's not serving you. Issues. I realize that everyone has their own issues to heal in this life. I cannot do the work for anyone else but myself. Yep. And heart opening. I forgive you. So you can forgive and move forward in your life. And then we have reminder. Reminder. Forgiving does not mean that I have to forget. I choose to focus on the lessons and how I can make better decisions moving forward. That's what it's all about. Making better decisions moving forward, like I said earlier, and testing the spirits. And this is exactly, you just proved my point, Zuri, because this is exactly why I said, if you feel something, say something. If you go into a situation with someone, make sure they agree to that contract. You went into a relationship with this person wanting more than what they were willing to give you. Find out when you first meet someone. Are you just wanting to be friends? Are you looking, and that's what a lot of people ask. Well, what are you looking for? Now, mind you, people do lie because people, there's a lot of liars out here on this earth running around. But pay attention to the actions. What are they showing you? Because if they don't match, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So if it doesn't make sense, it's got to go. It's got to go. Okay. Did I miss anybody? I felt like there was somebody that wanted a reading and didn't get one. Moderators. Calling on moderators. Did y'all have a question for me? Anybody? Anything? Absolutely, Em. Absolutely. Because I got 5 people in here, so I'm just like, I don't want to miss anybody. Okay, Aisha, so you can go after M. Got my sage went out. Oh, let's ask. Let's see. Let's see. Spirit is in person genuine about making a better effort in their connection. Let's see. Well, that's a great start. That's a great start. Right. I totally understand. Spirit said no. The moon came out, and the moon overrides all the other cards, and the moon is a no. But here's what I'm gonna say. Use your intuition. I know you always do. Trust what you feel. Trust what vibes and energies you pick up on. This is exactly why, like, yes or no's, it's like, because it can say no, and it was a sharp no. It can say no, but that doesn't mean that it's a no. I'm gonna ask it again because I like to ask it in 3s. Spirit, is he genuine about his efforts? Let's see. 6 of Wands. I always like to do, for whatever reason, I like to do yes or no's. I'm going to ask that too. I'm going to ask what's the energy surrounding the connection for him. What's his energy surrounding the connection? Because sometimes, yeah, the way we work questions and tarot is like, nope. Yep, they're still giving me no. Okay. I'm gonna ask what energy is he in. Spirit, what is the Leo's energy surrounding the connection with M? Let's see it. Oh, okay. Knight of Pentacles. Love it. This is great energy, M, because the Knight of Pentacles, he is serious. Okay, he's the hardest working knight in the deck. So this means that he wants to bring an offer, and he means business. This is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. So he means business, and he wants to make sure that he actually puts the work, he's willing to put in the work. So that's the thing. The fact that he's a Knight of Pentacle energy, and the Knight of Pentacles, he has an idea in his mind, like he has a goal, and he's determined to reach that goal, whatever it is. Page of Cups, wanting to open up more and express feelings more, and also communication. So this is great because pages are communication, pages are messages. Five of Cups. Yeah, Five of Cups, regret, remorse, feeling sorrowful. And Two of Wands, wanting to move forward. Wanting to move forward. Yeah. Okay. That's good energy. Let's check out Reiki. Yeah, he's seeing things from a different perspective now. It's almost like he's coming out of this Eight of Swords energy. He's coming out of this Eight of Swords energy. And we have death. He's going through a transformation. He's undergoing a transformation. Good. Good. Yeah. Now he's wanting to offer love. He is wanting to offer love. And he still does have love for you with the Knight of Cups. Six of Wands. He wants this to be successful. He does want victory in this situation. Judgment is here. So he wants to reconcile, and he realizes that he's taking accountability for his actions. So that's a good thing. Like, he realizes that he's done some wrong here and he needs to make it right, and he wants to make it right. Yeah, that's his energy towards the whole thing right now. So that's good. Which is why sometimes, like, doing yes or no's, I'm like, ugh, because yes or no's are they're vague. They're just vague. Yeah, but it looks like he really does want to make amends and make it right. So with the Judgment and the Five of Cups, that gives me confidence that he really does want to put in the effort. Okay, Aisha love, you can drop your question. I know, shocking. Shocking. But that's a good sign, though. You're welcome, love. That's a good sign. And you know, people can change too. I mean, even though we all have set patterns of behavior, when we decide, when we make the choice to reprogram, to do the work, to do the healing that needs to be done, we can make changes to become a better version of self. So when somebody does decide to do that, then they change their patterns of behavior. Let's find out, Aisha. Let's find out. Let's see, Spirit. Will this go? Will this go well? Excuse me, y'all. So with the closing on the house for Aisha go, how will it go? Right. Definitely sending you all love and you know, best wishes, because I hope everything does work out. I feel like it will. I feel like in due time, time is of the essence here. I feel like that's the big thing, is time. He needs the time to get himself together, but he also has to be present if he wants a relationship, you know? Spirit, will this go well for Aisha? Justice. Yes. Everything is going to balance out, Aisha. It's going to work itself out. One way or another. One way or another. It's going to work itself out. Yeah. Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there's no need to be stressed out about it, or, you know, worried about it. Basically, the Five of Cups in reverse, Aisha, because it looks like it's going to balance itself out. Look, Four of Wands. There's going to be reason for celebration, and this is like good news to me with the Four of Wands. So that's like, it's telling me, yes, it's going to work out because you've manifested this. The Magician is here. So I'm feeling like it's all going to work out. Just be patient with the Fool here. Be patient. Be patient. Yeah. Okay, you're welcome, love. Yeah, definitely sending you all blessings and abundance because, you know, whatever your heart desires, that's what you deserve. I feel like it will work out too in your favor. It's just, it may take, like you said, it may take them some time because August, you know, but I feel like overall it should work out. Not to say there won't be any little hiccups in the way with things like that, because sometimes we're like, oh, well, we didn't have you fill this out or sign this, but that's on them, not you. So don't even worry. Don't even worry. But I feel like, yeah, I feel confident that it's going to work out for you. That's what I'm feeling. So, well, you guys, I think I've done all the readings that are in here. Like I said, if you have not checked out the website, please do. I've changed my readings. I also do, I have a certain reading. When you go into the website, you'll see it. It's questions only because sometimes people want to ask multiple questions. And sometimes you just need to hear what Spirit wants you to hear. So I have a specific reading for that. Like for people who want to just ask specific questions, it's there. All right. And it's $5 a question. So if you have specific questions, just go there. But I have other readings there. Shadow work. I love myself. That's all about self-care, self-love, confidence, that type thing. Setting your goals and achieving them. And I also have a finances and career reading on there. So make sure you subscribe because I will be sending out coupons. So for discount codes. So thank you, moderators. Love you guys. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Have a blessed weekend. And I'll see you guys. I may go live Monday night. It depends because Mondays are so busy. So it may not be. I may go live Tuesday night, but I'll keep you guys posted. So much love to y'all. Good night.